Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Ori and the Blind Forest Randomizer Tournament. I'm Rory. I'm joined today by Elo Jiminy. How's it going, Elo?
Pretty good, thank you, Rory. And we have got a good lineup today. We've got Terra21 versus Madinsane. Would you like to tell us about both of our runners?
Sure, so Terra, if you've been following the Randomizer Tournament, has already been seen. He was in the prelimination match against Salandriel, and he took that match pretty handily, I thought. So he's got some randomizer experience under his belt. He's a competent all-skills runner. I'm expecting good things from him. Ella, what's your opinion on Mad?
Mad is a brilliant randomizer runner. He has been running it for almost as long as anyone else has been. He's been there since the start, and he's got a world of experience in this area. He has just caned it. He used to run any percent, and that may crop up some slight advantages and disadvantages. We'd like to tell us a bit about the things that could come up.
Absolutely. I think in terms of certainly disadvantages, Mad is less experienced with the all skills run. So if we see like an early dash seed, for instance, I think Terra, who's a little bit more used to it, will be able to have a bit of an advantage there. But in terms of being starved for skills, Madinsane is absolutely above and beyond.
Yeah, with his knowledge of the randomizer, he's going to be able to use all of the little tricks and tips that he knows that Terra might not know because he's quite a newer runner. And he'll be able to push ahead as long as they don't get dash. And it looks like both our runners are starting off now.
Alright, so for those of you who are sort of new here to the Randomizer tournament, if you haven't followed any of the previous matches, the Randomizer is a mod that shuffles all the pickups. So these runners are going to be going out of their way to get as many pickups as they can, because they want to find all the skills that they need in order to complete the game. So as you saw, they sort of detoured right at the start to pick up that experience orb, and now they're heading down towards Sign. They're going to get one more experience orb on the way. So we'll see what that is.
So they are a bunch of pickups that are actually set in stone, so there won't be any surprises. Like the energy cell they just picked up before the Rhino, it's always going to be an energy cell. There's only a few of those in the game, but they are set in stone. Some of the players might know where these locations are, and they won't waste time going for such pickups because they know exactly what they are. And we've just seen the first Keystone pickup. This is a pretty good indication that they might not be going towards BRB. It's quite likely that the next two pickups will bear another Keystone, and that means they can just go on over to Wall Jump and see what's over there.
Absolutely. And you'll see, you'll notice that they just sort of did a teleport back to the starting area. That's a feature that has been added to the randomizer specifically to avoid soft locking or getting into an area that it's impossible to get out of. Oh boy, okay, we've got Climb.
No.
So this is interesting.
Yeah, this may be in the favor of Madinsane. With the experience in the randomizer, Climb is quite a consistent pickup that you might get. You can either get that, Wall Jump, Charge Jump, any kind of vertical abilities to go there. So Climb is probably the least favored of them all, because that means you have to go to BRB because we've only got one Keystone. And some of the jumps, both runners are kind of used to having Wall Jump at this point when they're going to BRB. So Climb makes it just that little bit harder, and you may forget you don't have Wall Jump and make a bad decision and end up in the spikes.
Absolutely. From personal experience, I will say Climb in Blackroot Burrow is absolutely horrible. It is not something that I enjoy doing, so we'll see how our runners handle that in just a second here. They're both skipping this cutscene and entering Terra just a little bit ahead of Madinsane.
Yep, so we do see they both had enough experience. Some of the pickups were experience pickups, which means they could get a level up, and they were able to skip the cutscene. Because of the nature of the randomizer, you may not get enough experience unless you kind of farm and kill all the creatures to skip that cutscene, and if one player gets a little bit more experience than the other, it could gain an advantage. But because the pickups were all experience, basically, they were managed to both kind of skip the cutscene.
Alright, and we see both of our runners carrying the orb up the long way. I think this is a good call. It's worth noting that in normal runs, there's a sort of precise wall jump that you can do to get another experience orb.
Ooh.
And did Madinsane just take a death there?
Madinsane just got hit by the spider when he was jumping, and it sent him all the way down. Fortunately, he didn't land in the spikes, so it saved him a little bit more time. But it makes Terra just have a little bit more lead, and he's dropped the light orb again, which means, oh, he's actually taken a risk. Terra is now going to pick up the experience orb, which is just experience, fortunately. Oh, and Madinsane takes a death.
All the way back at the beginning. That's really, really unfortunate.
This is the nature of a climb seed.
Absolutely,
Unfortunately.
it is brutal trying to do Blackroot Burrows with just climb.
This is quite an unexpected turn. With getting climb early, we were kind of expecting to see Madinsane take a bit of a lead. He is more used to the randomizer, so he would have done a lot more seeds involving climb and BRB. It may just be the pressure of the race, or Terra just might feel comfortable with climb. I know he's been playing a lot lately, so looks like he's handling it pretty well.
That's true. Terra seems to be doing quite well, and it's worth pointing out. We know as commentators that this XP orb is not anything really important. So, if Madinsane had decided to sort of gamble on that, he could have made up some time. But he's going to be taking it safe, making sure that he can get it. And he won't be gaining anything back from doing that.
Yeah, he finds its experience, which means he wasted a little bit of time, but it's better to be safe than not have an ability that Terra might have. He could have got dash there, any sort of movement ability, which would have given him the edge for the rest of the run, so it's definitely a good check by Mad.
Yes, absolutely. And as I was mentioning earlier, it's unfortunate that it's climb seed, because a climb seed means that you do have to go the long way around for that pickup.
Oh no, Terra just took a fall, exactly as we were saying at the start. Because this is a climb seed, at this point runners are so used to having wall jump. That means his muscle memory just taken over, so when he jumped towards this platform on the right, you see, tried to wall jump off it instead of climb, so he took a fall, which means he had to do the entire cycle again, so it brings Mad just a little bit further back into the game. He lost about 10 plus seconds there.
That's a good point, and I like what Terra did to sort of adapt to make sure that he put the orb down, had all the time in the world to take that.
Yeah, definitely a good decision.
Terra does have an ability point to skip the darkness cutscene. It looks like he's going to be going over to check the map stone over here during the cutscene.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of players do this. Not many do it, but you can kind of skip the darkness cutscene really early. And this allows you to get... Ooh, they found Stomp. It allows you to go all the way past the crushes, get the map stone before the end of the cutscene, which means you can just go right back and you're pretty much in time for the dash tree instantly.
Yeah, that's exactly. So now we've got Stomp. I think this is going to open up some interesting choices for our runners here. And by that I mean they're basically forced to go to the Moon Grotto without any real abilities.
Yes, unless they pick up something in here. They've not got a lot, and we see Terra on the left-hand side just trying to do the micro-ledge jump. This was found quite recently, and there's a tiny little micro-ledge that you can jump on the right. It's quite precise, but it saves you doing the harder way, which is climbing the wall. You have a very narrow gap between hitting the spikes with your head and jumping to the left-hand side and making the wall. It's quite a precise jump.
There is a relatively consistent setup for that micro-ledge, so he's able to get it quite easily. Make his way past these crushers.
Yeah, we're still not seeing any abilities so far. He's picked up another XP orb, and
oh man, that's Wind Restored. I wonder if we're going to see Glide here soon.
Oh,
Dash
just
from
found
the ability
dash.
cell for Madinsane.
Very
That's
nice.
huge. If Terra doesn't go back for that, he's going to be in real trouble this seed.
So now this opens up even more of the map. Because we found Stomp, it was the only way to go. Terra's going now, and that's stomping this peg and going all the way to Moongrot. However, now we have Dash. We have the ability to go down to the grenade tree.
And I think that's actually where the seed wants you to go here. So if... I wonder what Terra is going to do. I don't actually think that it's in the logic to go to Moon Grotto here, now that I think about it. Whereas now we can see that the logic has given them dash and stomp, so it clearly is trying to say, hey, go to the light grenade tree.
Yeah, definitely.
So I wonder if Terra is going to realize that he's not supposed to be here and go back and check BRB.
Yeah, Moongrow is not a nice place to be when you've only got climb. If you don't find any of the pickups where he's going, he doesn't even have any keys to get through to the double jump tree. So if he doesn't find anything here, like a keystone or a movement ability, he's not going to be able to do a lot down here. And then Mad, as we think this is actually going to take him to where he needs to be, it might just give him the lead.
So Terra did just pick up another keystone while he was going through this crusher, so he will be able to make his way down to double jump, and that will at least give him a tree, which is not nothing, but I don't believe that it's where the seed wants him to go.
Interesting. Mad on the right hand side is opening up Grotto, so if he chooses to go there, we will see not as much as a lead. We'll just see Terra and Madinsane pick up pretty much the same stuff, but Madinsane has the ability to do everything faster.
Alright, so Madinsane has just Aldard. I wonder where he's going to go with this. I think he still only has one keystone.
No, I think he picked up
Does he
another
have
one,
two?
otherwise he wouldn't be going this way.
Yeah, he has two. Alright. So Madinsane going to be heading towards left glades. Meanwhile, Terra has done some key duping, it looks like, on the grotto door, which is actually just awful.
Yeah.
That key dupe is a nightmare. It takes forever to do, so hopefully it's worth it for him.
Yeah, this early in the game, I think it's shaky reasoning to do a key dupe this early. There's lots of pickups available to both of the runners at the moment. Some of them are bound to have keystones in, especially if the seed wants you to go places where the key doors are.
Definitely. And as we say that, Terra picks up a keystone from the double jump tree.
Oh, we see Madinsane do a nice little mini iceless there. Love that trick. Oh no!
You can't do that with Climb Mad.
He thinks he can. And he can.
Okay, he can.
Okay, we learned something new today.
That is good to know.
Didn't think you could climb that quick enough for the spikes not to damage you before climb.
Yeah, I didn't either, so, the more you know.
Yeah.
This is why we say Madinsane is such an experienced randomizer runner. He knows all of these little tricks that a lot of people don't realize are doable.
Yeah, it would have saved him a bunch of time. It probably still saved him time, because pushing the rock up there and doing it the casual way is a pain. So I think he still saved a bit of time, but he could have moved even further away from Terra right there.
Yeah, absolutely, and so Madinsane has just picked up a mapstone, and mapstones are actually really, really important in the randomizer. Do you want to tell us why that is?
Yeah, mapstones are dotted around in certain orbs, like everything is in the randomizer.
Oh,
And
let me
you-
interrupt for a second. Charge
Oh,
jump for
shit.
Terra. That is really huge. Madinsane will be picking that up in just a second, though, because it is right by the map marker.
Yeah, it is really, really good that the map stone was picked up. It allows him to put the stone in the map stone, and then not only do you gain a certain random pickup from getting the map stone, but for putting it in the pedestal, you also receive another one.
So, right now, I have to say that I think Madinsane has a huge advantage because he's picked up dash.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
don't know whether or not Terra is going to revisit that at this point.
At this point, with charge jump, I don't think he has any reason to go back there. He may have just completely forgot about that orb, and if he doesn't go back, it's going to put him so far back in this race.
Absolutely. So I think Madinsane has 4 keystones here, so we'll probably be heading through this door towards the spirit tree, and then
Yep.
over to the charge flame tree. So I think whether or not we see any way to keep progressing past that is actually kind of up in the air, because with charge jump there are so many options that are available. We've already mentioned that both the runners are able to go to Light Grenade. There could be something down there. And with Charge Jump, everything in Grotto is suddenly opened up as well.
Yeah, and the fact that they have Stomp and Charge Jump means they can even get to Swamp at this moment.
That's a good point. So there are a lot of options on the table right now, and once Mad finishes watching this cutscene here and a sign points out some things on a map, then we'll be able to see sort of what decisions are going to come out from these two runners.
Yes, it is interesting to see where Terra's going to go at this moment. I think he's just took a deviation. I don't know if he has enough keystones to open this door up here.
I think
he
he should
should
because he
check him.
duped once, and Mad had enough.
Okay. It may have been a beneficial move to do that key dupe at the moment. There are some key doors coming up that if we don't pick up some certain keystones on the way there, Terra will actually have them for the later game.
So, Madinsane, so far not finding anything super useful. I'm not totally sure why he's going back. I guess he's going to check this this experience over the Charge Flame tree, because that's all you can really check up here.
At this point, neither of the runners have any abilities to open walls which are breakable with either Charge Flame or Light Grenade. This wall you cannot stomp or charge jump, so he's going to have to alt R as you just seen him do. He has enough energy from Mega Energy, and he's going to kind of break the seed. Oh no, he's actually not doing that.
Not. He's just grabbing that Frankie Walk XP. And actually, they can break those Charge Flame walls, the blue ones, from the right side with Stomp. So it is reasonable for them to go into Valley right now. And check the pickups in the Valley entrance, but I don't think we're going to see that. I really want to see Mad go to Light Grenade right now, to be honest.
It looks like he's very he really wants to go to Grotto. He's just ignoring the fact that he has the abilities to go to Light Grenade at the moment.
Which is interesting, I think, because like I said, I don't believe that micro legend is standard. I could be very wrong about that, and then in which case this is a perfectly reasonable play. But I think that the seed is trying to send them to Light Grenade, and neither of them have gone that way.
Yeah, especially with the starting dash and stomp. You think one of them would have tried. It may have been that they think it's a waste of time, and they could get it much quicker late in the game when they pick up a bunch of abilities. It can be a little bit finicky getting through that area, and there's not many pickups down there, so they may have made a judgment call to not go down there yet and save it for the later game.
That's a good point. And Terra certainly couldn't have made that call at all because he hasn't picked up Dash.
Yes, Dash is quite crucial to getting through there. With the abilities they currently have, they cannot do that if you don't have Dash.
Ooh, so Madinsane's just picked up extra double jump from the energy cell in Grotto. And that is actually one of the bonus pickups that the randomizer adds. Because naturally there are a lot of pickups in the game, but if we add more pickup locations like the Mapstone pedestals and petrified plants, which we haven't seen any of in this race, we need more pickups for that. So the randomizer actually adds a set of bonus pickups. An extra double jump is one of the best ones in that set. Oh, that's rough. That actually just got crushed.
Yeah, a big part of this game is knowing when to save. Saves play such a big part in either saving time or losing a race.
Yep. And he doesn't have keystones for double jump, actually. So it looks like he's going to pick up this keystone and probably do a key dupe here.
Yeah, based on where he put that save, it definitely looks like he's going to do the setup for key dupe. Terra was just ahead of him. He knew this was going to happen. He knew what Madinsane was going to do. He's like, Madinsane's going to have to do a key dupe, so I'll just do one now in the early game. So it's worked out for him.
Yeah, Terra had the mind games going.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Madinsane has the dash game.
Yeah, we were talking about at the start of the seed that Terra really wanted an early dash seed, we thought.
Yeah.
And well, we got the early dash seed, but Terra didn't find it.
Yeah,
Which
it is a nightmare.
the worst possible thing that could have happened, I think.
Definitely. And we have just seen Terra. He got a Mega Energy, which allowed him to open the 4 energy door just by the Frankie Walk.
Terra,
This
please
me-
go get dash.
It's right next to you. Just
So
go to the right.
close.
But he's not going to.
the dash.
Gonna alt-R and go right to Grotto. Ooh, he's in the right area. And he's not going towards it. So on the right, we are seeing Madinsane. He's just completed his key dupe, so he was able to open the door to double jump, which means that is one less tree which he has to pick up later on. The only ones on the left-hand side now, which are going to be a bit of a time waste, are Light Grenade, which he could have got really early with the abilities that he's got, but he is choosing to go there a little bit later on.
I would like to see him go to Light Grenade now.
It looks like that's where he's heading.
Because I think that I really do think that the seed was trying to send him there. I could be very wrong about that, but I would expect something to be down here. And sure enough, Mad is going to head down in this direction.
Can see if you were right about the seed, Rory. What do you expect to find down here? Bash, maybe? Double jump?
Well, we could see a dungeon key as well.
Very true. If it is a certain dungeon key, which is often a pain to find, which is the water vein, if you get the water vein while you are only on the right hand side of the map, it is quite beneficial because you don't have to do any backtracking later on in the game. So if Terra tries to delay this, because he doesn't have dash at the moment, so until he finds a double jump or a grenade, he can't really get into this area safely. There are ways to do it, but they are very time consuming, and some people don't even know how to do it, and with Terra being quite new to the randomizer, he may not know the methods.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I know you can always do a zombie ori, but a lot of people don't know how to do that, I think. I certainly don't.
Yeah, I think I tried it without knowing and just failed repeatedly.
And wall jump, actually, from the light grenade tree. So, sure enough, we were supposed to be sent to light grenade, and then through that Raziel no boulder section to Grotto.
Yep, you were definitely right about the seed. It was trying to make them go there, and it was giving them one of the most underrated abilities in the game, often taken for granted, but when you're in a randomizer, you realize how important a wall jump is.
Absolutely. So, fortunately, neither of these runners really need it. They're both quite skilled at the game, and they know how to play without wall jump, so they're not going to be missing out on too much without it. Terra certainly isn't, because he's not going anywhere close.
No, we are seeing both of the runners in the same area now, so we're going to see if the water vein actually holds default water vein status, and if he just checks it, it's actually a keystone. Which means it's getting more and more likely that the water vein is, as it usually is, on the left-hand side of the map.
Yep.
So at this moment, none of the runners actually have Sunstone or Water Vein, so they are quite far away from Go mode at this moment.
That's a good point. So, for those unfamiliar with the randomizer, when we say go mode, what we mean is that you're in a position where you can just go and collect all of the trees, since that is the requirement to beat the game, is collect all of the skill tree locations, and then just go beat the game. So that entails having all of the skills that you need to access everything on the map, as well as having the Sunstone to enter Mount Horu and start the final escape, and the Water Vein, which you obviously need to reach one of the skill trees. So right now, both of these runners are still going to be looking for both the skills that they need to complete the game, and those two crucial dungeon keys.
Madinsane's having a little bit of trouble trying to get that pick up there. I don't know if he actually managed to get it. It sort of lagged a bit there, but he seems to be moving on through Grotto, trying to pick up some things, moving on to the next areas. I don't believe he can actually get into Swamp at this moment in time. He doesn't have clean water, enough health, or anything like Grenade or Charge Flame to blow up the wall.
He has Charge Jump and Stomp, so he can go through the Drainless ability cell.
Ah, yes, of course, which he
And
looks like he's heading towards.
That's what he's heading towards right now. So I don't think that this is bad play by any means. There's a map stone over here, and he just picked up a map. Oh, Terra has Glide.
Nice. That means he has Glide and Wind Restored.
Yes. And that is definitely important, because that'll make his late game significantly easier. Since there's no need to do any crazy Sorrow Bash strats.
And at this moment in time, neither of the runners have. So this means in Sorrow it is going to be very hard, if not impossible, for Madinsane at his current health status to actually get through the Sorrow Bash.
That's a good point. Though if he does find Glide, which I think he will as soon as he goes and visits the Death Gauntlet, then he should be absolutely fine. Terra has picked up another Mapstone, which we saw Madinsane grab earlier. So that should be a third one that he's got. I don't know if Madinsane picked up the other one in Moon Grotto. If not, then that would mean that Terra is actually a Mapstone ahead.
Yep. And from the Stomp Tree we saw a Keystone. This means that unfortunately the left side of the map has everything that these runners need to end the game. Currently they cannot get into the Ginso tree because they haven't found the water vein yet, so we're probably going to see Mad make his way to the left hand side. Possibly pick up a few things on the way, although I believe he has all of the abilities that he needs at the moment, barring Bash. Get to the left side.
So that's a good point, because we still haven't seen Bash or anything else really useful in terms of skills. Bash being the important one, though. I wonder how long these runners are going to search for Bash. They've both got quite a bit of health, so they can absolutely damage boost into that one right now. Terra would have some trouble because he doesn't have Dash, but I think it's doable.
I think the worst thing to find at this moment in time would probably be Charge Flame or... Unfortunately, that will open up a lot of the map, which if either of the runners would like to search for Bash, just to make the left-hand side a lot easier, means they would have searched so many more places, and it could be a possible time waste.
Absolutely. The Light Grenade or Charge Flame revisits to blow up petrified plants are absolutely horrible. The later, and they only get worse the later in the game it is, because you're just so far from all of these locations.
Yeah, and if that is the case, Madinsane definitely gained some ground there, as he has got Dash, and Terra unfortunately has still not went to Blackroot Burrows to find it.
Yeah, so another thing that's interesting to point out is that these runners still only have 2 energy. So
yeah.
I think they would also probably like a little bit more in the way of energy before they head over towards that left-hand side of the map. And especially if they're going to be doing Valley Entry without Bash, you want that health in order to get the saves.
Yes, if they do not have Bash and try and do left side, saves are going to be their best friend. Not only does it save very far back and waste a lot of time, it also gives you health, so you might actually be able to make some of the jumps that you don't get.
So apparently Terra has just found Bash. I didn't see it because I was looking at Madinsane, but it looks like it's from Mapstone 3.
Yeah,
so
Iceless.
That means that Terra is able to just go now. He can head straight to the left side if he wants. Madinsane actually should be picking up Bash fairly shortly here.
Just going up to it now, which unfortunately means he has got everything that Terra has and Dash, which gives him such an upper hand. Terra's kind of going to go surf in Horror Fields, which you can't get a lot of it, don't think. Does he have... Oh, wait, he can, because he's got Bash, so he
He has
can
Bash
spend
and
some time.
Glide as well.
Yeah, so he can actually get the pickups here, but unfortunately, we know it's not to have anything absolutely brilliant. If he's looking for dash, he is definitely not going to find it here. He could pick up a double jump, which will help him significantly in the left-hand side of the map. But it looks like Madinsane is taking a big lead in this one at the moment.
Absolutely. I would at this point expect Madinsane to just go straight towards the left side of the map, just look for trees, and aim to finish the game as quickly as possible. He has everything that he needs.
Yes, the only thing that's stopping him is going to be keystones, which he already has some, so if he thinks he's going to have any, dupe them on the way to all of the trees. Sorrow is a very good place to duplicate keys, and I imagine we'll see him abuse that a few times just so he can get through the Sorrow door to the charge jump and also Ginso for later in the game.
The Trug is pointing out that Madinsane does not have Glide. He hasn't picked that up. So his Sorrow Pass is definitely going to be interesting, to say the least.
With him being an any percent runner, he never has to go to the left side of the map. He has a little experience in all cells, so I don't know actually how strong his Sorrow Bash is, and without Glide, could be a problem, and he may lose a lot of time there.
That said, I know Madinsane has actually completed a randomizer seed using only Bash and Grenade. So I think he's more than capable of doing it. It's just a question of how long it takes and how safe he plays. Because he still only has 2 energy, as we mentioned earlier. There's not a lot of safety that these runners can take right now.
The escape even possible with that?
He's going for some style rocket jumps.
Yep.
Bonks on some spikes. Terra is making his way through the upper part of the Moon Grotto. I'm not totally sure what he's looking for.
The only thing I can
dash.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can imagine he would spend enough time looking for, but at this point in the game, when you're against a runner like Madinsane, you've got the pickups that you have, he's also got those pickups, so everyone would expect Madinsane to just go for the win right now, and doesn't have dash, so it's going to put him even further behind trying to look for everything.
Yeah, honestly, like the best play that Terra could make right now, knowing only what he knows, is to just go to the left side of the map.
Yeah.
Knowing what we know, the best play is, of course, to go and pick up dash, and then go to the left side of the map.
Yeah.
But
also, without dash, he wasn't able to go to Lycra. He doesn't even have wall Madden.
Oh, that's a good point. So he really needs to find that pickup in order to sort of make a reasonable amount of progress. He could always pick up something like Grenade and make his way into Light Grenade through that method. But if he wants to get in there the sort of intended way, he needs to find dash.
Ooh, we find Water Vein.
Picked up for Madinsane, actually. So no hunting for that. It's at the mandatory skill tree.
Yeah, it looks like he is heading straight over there as well. And interesting, he may think that he's going to get a few of the decent pickups that you can get from the left side. There is a possibility that you can go through the escape and pick up Sunstone, but I don't imagine he'll check that. But he may be looking for something like Glide. Glide is going to help Madinsane so much in this thing, but unfortunately we know exactly where Glide is, and it is not in the Ginso tree.
That's a very good point. So what I would like to see from Mad right now, knowing only what he knows, is that I would like to see him go get the Bash tree, and if it's not Sunstone, go and get the Ginso teleporter. Because getting that teleporter will let him come back really, really quickly if he needs to check the escape. Whereas otherwise he would have to sort of go through the entire rest of the Ginso tree again and just waste a bunch of time. And he's probably going to want to check all of those upper pickups anyways.
Yeah, I'm definitely expecting him to do that. He will have to sacrifice a bit of time getting the key dupes so he can actually have enough keys to make it through both of the doors and to get through Sorrow.
Speaking of keys, I don't actually know how many he...
Ooh, he dashed into the projectile.
So hopefully he has enough that that he can key dupe. Truck is telling us that Matt has 6 keys, so he has more than enough to make it the remainder of the tree.
Yep, I wouldn't be surprised if he did do a dupe just so he has enough to finish the game with the amount of keys that he can get from the gun tree. But it'll be interesting to see what type of strat he pulls off. And on the left-hand side, we still see Terra checking absolutely everywhere. We can't know what type of things he's looking for. Surely it'll be either wall jump, double jump, or dash. But he's having a little trouble with the cutscene skip at the moment.
And Matt has Sunstone.
Ooh, that's
So,
a very nice find.
I think at this point it is his race to lose. He has everything that he needs. He's going to abandon the rest of the tree and just go for it.
Yep, wouldn't expect anything else from Mad. He knows when he can finish, he knows exactly how quickly he can finish with it. So he will put his foot down and just end the game. It looks like Terra's also making his way to the side of him. And I think he has everything that he needs to get there without any problems, really.
What I am curious to see from Matt is going to be his strategy for Sorrow Pass, because he doesn't have the ability to get through those spikes right before the charge jump door right now. He just doesn't have enough health. So I wonder if he'll try and maybe go above, but it looks like he's going to Misty first.
Let's take a death in Misty, which sends him all the way back to the water. It won't waste too much time. He has dash, so he can make it through this area pretty quickly. Yes, Sorrow without Glide, which I imagine he took Misty first because he doesn't have the abilities that he would like to do Sorrow. So he's kind of hoping, Hail Mary style, that he's going to find Feather in here.
Yeah, I think Feather can actually only be a little bit into Misty, though. So, because he's sort of been skipping things, I don't think he's actually looking for it at this point.
Misty is going to be super hard without the energy that he doesn't have.
Yeah, he can't do that right there with only 3 health. And he takes the death, right as I was about to say that.
Yeah, he's trying to do the quick method of Misty where you do a rocket jump off of the frog, but that alone costs energy, which he kind of needs to save. There are some crystals which you can get energy from within Misty, but they're not until like halfway through, so he's finding it quite difficult. He is going to waste another energy right there, and that leaves him with 1 to get through the rest of Misty.
But 1 is enough for him to save down here and be at more than 3 health. So please save Mad.
Yes.
So he'll be able to take a damage boost here, and everything will be fine. Terra, meanwhile, has made it towards the cutscene. You drop the rocks on Terra's head and pick up the glide location, but he's still checking things. So I'm not totally sure what he's looking for. I guess he's still looking for dash, but he's definitely not going to find it.
Mad is having a lot of problems trying to get through Misty. His health is not letting him through spikes. Misty without Feather is not an easy thing to do. And on the left hand side we see Terra pick up the water vein. He's scrolling his mouse everywhere. He's very happy about that.
Well, Misty without Feather or double jump.
Yeah. Good thing to point out.
Personally, I actually like double jump better than Feather in a lot of cases. Specifically once you get up towards triple jump or quad jump. Because it just gives you a lot more that you can sort of do.
This is where Terra may be able to catch up. He doesn't have dash, which means he hasn't got the light grenade. So he will have to go. He also bash tree at the moment.
Yeah,
But
Mad is...
with Feather, it's going to be a lot easier for him to do Sorrow and Misty, which Mad is really struggling with at the moment.
And Mad is going to struggle with this, but I think he can do it. He just needs to make sure that he has enough health here. And he gets a really valuable level up. That is going to make it so much easier for him to get through this last section.
Oh, we almost made
And
it.
as I say that, he dies.
Terra was just at BRB. He's teasing us. He wants to get Dash, but he doesn't know it's there.
Come on, Terra, get Dash, please.
He makes the choice to go back to the right-hand side and go into the Ginso tree. This is a move that we also saw Matt hoping that he was going to find. And now we see Terra in the same position, but he is hoping that he's going to find Dash. And he's not going to find it.
This is definitely a good call from Terra, especially because we know now that there's Sunstone here. So he'll pick up the Sunstone and he'll know that he only has to go to trees. Whereas if he had, say, gone to Misty, we just saw the Gumon seal picked up from Madinsane at the climb tree. Terra might get there and think, oh well, now I have to finish Misty because Sunstone might be at the end there, Forlorn is now on the table, there are so many different options. But having picked up the Sunstone from the Bash tree, none of that is going to be on the table.
No. Unfortunately, we are not going to see any fall on today. Now it is time to see if Mad has the skills to pull off. She looks like he's very consistent with double bashes, which makes this trick infinitely easier.
As you say that, he drops one.
Without Feather, it is by no means an easy task.
Especially without double jump as well. Like, I feel like you want one of either Feather or double jump, but missing both is just really, really painful.
Definitely.
And I
think
this is gonna provide Terra an opportunity to catch up.
If he had a little bit more health, he would just be able to make it quite trivial and do a charge jump 2 damage boost, and that would kind of just save him so much time, but he's going to have to rely on his skills to double bash, which we know he can do. You can see him do it right now. Is he going to make it all the way to the top? No, he just kills the bird. It was so close.
But like, honestly, this is exactly what Terra needs right now in order to get back in, because I don't see a way that he catches up without a lot of time wasted from Madinsane.
Madinsane was so close to that. He just missed his last double bash, which sent him down to the spikes. He tried to save it with charge dash to the bird. Unfortunately, he killed the bird, didn't get the bash off, and ended up killing the bird and just plunging back down into the spikes. This must be so aggravating.
So meanwhile, we're seeing Terra picked up the Sunstone from the Bash tree as expected, and he's actually continuing up through Ginso, which is sort of strange. I mean, I guess he's still looking for Dash, or possibly double jump, but besides that, I'm not terribly sure why he should be here.
Good pun, terribly, I like it. We have seen Madinsane conquer the Sorrow Bash, which means, unfortunately, he's just going out of the frying pan and straight into the fire, because it is not getting any easier from this point with the health that he currently has. He's trying to go, it looks like, the normal way through Sorrow, or kind of the normal way through the left side, and it may be a little easier for him that way, but without Feather, this is going to be a very, very difficult couple of minutes for him.
Yes, so the trick is pointing out that Terra can't get to the light grenade tree yet, so it is possible that that's what he's trying to do, is find something that'll let him get there, which would be Dash or grenade, pretty much.
Yeah.
Because
right now
you do need to get to that tree at some point in order to complete the game.
I do find it interesting that he's not just going to the left side and trying to complete that with the abilities that he has, and they will possibly have something there that will allow him to get to. Don't have double jump yet by either of the runs. could very well be on the left-hand side of them.
Good point. So Mad is doing some boulder strats and lasers. Gets his laser skips there pretty cleanly. This double bash looks really sketchy, I'm not gonna lie. But
Yeah,
he
he's
pulls it
pulling it
off.
off. Oh no, did he die?
Yes, he
No,
dies there.
he ate the
Oh.
laser.
As I say that,
Commentator curse.
why must this
Come on.
happen to us?
Oh, the rock is on the head of the frog.
Frog just balancing that rock on his head. This frog's got some skills
No.
here. Please save Mad. Please. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, that would have been bad. So this is going to be a very interesting... I don't know how many minutes he's going to spend on this, or is he just... He's probably going to go up instead of trying to go across because he doesn't have feather. So it's going to be a good watch to see him do this boulder strat. This is totally not meant to be done, but you can ride that boulder at the top. Because he has charge jump, there's a breakable ceiling just at the top here, which is going to take a little bit of finesse trying to get up there, but he manages that very easily with a damage boost.
And hopefully we'll see him just break the top and go on up rather than try and do double bashes over towards.
Oh no.
Or-
He did a save after he took some damage on the spikes, so he's got less health than he needs to, so he has to waste a little bit of energy here trying to get his back up.
Oh man. I just realized Terra's doing some very painful revisits. He's already been to the double jump tree, but he thinks that this XP might be something, and it's not.
Oh man. Oh
So
my
it's-
lord, do you see what Madinsane is doing right
This is, I don't want to say mad or insane,
But
because I
it
feel like
is
that's too
both.
obvious of a pun, but
now?
it is, it's both.
It's both and some. That is absolutely crazy strats. That's what the
Please
TAS
just go.
uses.
Please just go around. You would have been done by now. You have climb and charge jump.
He has so much confidence in his ability of double bash, and he is showing it absolutely perfectly. How many double bashes does it take to get to the end of this place? But
I
he
have
does
not
it.
been counting, but he does it. Wow, that is
Wow.
absolutely incredible from Madinsane.
That is the kind of runner that Madinsane is. He has such a good knowledge.
Oh, and he
Doing-
finds clean water too. That's a really crucial pickup because he doesn't have very much health still.
Very true.
So that, I believe, is everything. Is everything that Madinsane needs.
Yep, he's on his way to the end.
Fun fact: the truck is pointing out that that strategy that Madinsane did was first used in the randomizer tournament by Terra.
Oh, the world is cruel.
So Terra is definitely capable of doing that. He just he doesn't have to in this seed because he's already got the feather skill. So
Terra,
he
just
would
go
be able
right.
to float on through the spikes. Please, Terra, just go find Dash.
Okay, it looks like Terra is biting the bullet. He's just going to do the left side of the without the ability that he feels. He can do it without it. He's got feather, and that should basically be enough for him to get through this. It's going to be a little bit harder because he doesn't have dash, so that means he can't charge dash or rocket jump, which are very nice abilities to have in this area, and it makes it so much quicker.
That's a good point, but I think he's more than capable of making his way through Misty safely. So we should see him picking that up pretty quickly. And hopefully he won't decide to go to Forlorn once he finds the Gumon seal there.
Never know. Double jump maybe there can help him to do the final 3 that he will need to find, so we could see a fall on.
We could, but hopefully Hopefully not. Hopefully he'll just go and revisit that ability cell in Blackroot, and he'll find Dash there. And that will be that.
Unfortunately, it was a very long time ago that he even considered being in Blackroot, so he may have thought that he's got all of the pickups there. Wouldn't be very
possible.
surprising. Many runners have done that in the past, no one in particular. It could mean that he's never going to go back there because he feels like he already has all of the pickups in that area.
And meanwhile, Madinsane has completed his door warp. He's made it to the start of the final escape. We'll be seeing what this pickup is, and it's an ability cell. It won't be doing him any good here. All he has to do is make his way through this final section of the game, and he'll be completing his run.
Yep, he's got all the abilities to do this quite easily. Unfortunately, he hasn't got grenades, so we won't be seeing any fancy grenade jumps at the end. May
Maybe
see
we'll
the
fish
return.
strats.
Return of the fish strats. There he goes with
He
his...
doesn't have glide.
That's very true, actually.
Fortunately, fish strats doesn't actually require it.
No. I think that's his only option.
I think it is. But
He's going to show us a different option.
He realized right there that he shouldn't have done that, I think.
Yeah.
Waving his mouse around at the fish.
Takes the
Sure
death.
enough.
Let's see if he's learned from his mistakes.
I think as soon as he bashed the fish down, he knew that was the mistake.
Yeah, it looks like he was trying to line up an old way to despawn Kuro, sorry. He was just edging towards the bush, and if you actually don't spawn him, there's a way to get up with just not double jumps, climb and charge jump. So he could have done that and spawned the rocks, then just bashed his way to victory.
Interesting. So Terra, meanwhile, has ulted out of Misty.
Oh!
Oh no,
Look where he's going!
Please, no. Don't do this to me. Go to Sorrow.
Aaron knows what's good for him, so he looks like he's heading to fall. May just be a pickup, so he may get all the pickups. But he does have the ability to enter fall on, and personally I would love to see that.
Of course you would. For those who don't know, LO here is a member of Team Forlorn, double
Fall on.
often. And they got that name by going to Forlorn for the sole purpose of memeing.
Good stuff's there, I swear. Oh, we saw the fish strats from Mad. He learned from his mistakes. He didn't bash the fish down. Instead, he used the fish. We did not see revenge of the fish today.
So, Madinsane will just be holding right, finishing his seat up in the next minute or so. So, that was quite a run for Madinsane. Should be finishing with a low 50s. So, that will allow him to move on to the next round. We'll be facing Trojan Dude there.
Oh, Terra, he unfortunately let me down. He teased me by going. He was just picking up the pickups and he's heading.
Terra will be making his way towards Sorrow now. So he'll pick up the charge jump tree, find clean water, and then wonder how to get to Light Grenade.
Yes. Hopefully he's going to pick up something in Sorrow. Sorrow is a very pick up a lot of pickups, which may have something that might be able to help through that Light Grenade thing, which he is currently completely stuck. It'll be interesting to see how many pickups he goes for in Sorrow, if he's just going to go kind of straight to the tree and then try and pick up some things. It looks like he's taken a long way to get to the charge jump to see if there is anything on the way to help him there.
And honestly, I don't blame him because he does need to get to Light. Madinsane has finished with a time of 52 seconds on the Esmeralda race. So, congratulations to Madinsane. That was quite an impressive run.
Yeah, had a lot of things in there. That amazing double bash fiesta on the way to the charge jump tree was a delight to watch.
Absolutely, it was really incredible that he was able to go and do that.
Now we see how Sorrow is actually done with Feather, and you can just glide through there very, very easily. No double bashes.
That's a good point. So Terra at the charge jump tree, he's going to pick up clean water here.
Which is not a good thing to pick up at this point in the game.
Fortunately, it won't actually lure him in any crazy locations, I don't think, because he doesn't have... Well, I guess he could go do swimming in swamp, but I hope he doesn't.
Yeah, I thought a good idea would have been to stay in Sorrow. There's a lot of pickups there, and you can get them very easy with Feather, so it'd be interesting to see what kind of strats. It looks like he's heading towards the Light Grenade. I don't know if he knows that he can do it with the abilities that he's got, or is just hoping with blind faith that he can somehow manage it through there with what he's got at the moment.
Well, we're about to find out. He's making his way down there now. I'm not totally sure what his plan of action is here. Looks like his plan is going to be to go and check the other things. And then,
but that list of things runs out so quickly when you don't have dash. Like, down here you are meant to have dash, so there's only 1 or 2 pickups that you can really get without dash. So it's going to be interesting to see what he's going to try to do here. He's got quite a lot of ability points, so he could make it through with save anywheres, but I don't know if he knows how to do that, or... Looks like not, and he's just heading back. He's going to go on a very long hunt to find some abilities that are going to help him through this game.
A very long hunt to find an ability that is really right there.
Look down, Terra.
Please go down. Look down.
Look down.
Your map. Look down and realize that you haven't gone there.
Please, Terra.
You're so close.
No, don't go towards Swamp. That will waste lots of time. Oh,
just look back at Black Burrows.
He's edging towards it. Come on, Terra, there it is.
It's
That's
on
the
his screen.
darkness.
It's on his screen.
No. Please, Terra.
Notice the darkness.
It's the fog. Look to the fog. Be like Simba.
It's so close.
There it is. No, it's not. That's a different area. No.
Oh.
Terra, no.
And
Dash is right next to you.
So, on the other hand, it is very possible that he could find Light Grenade and just succeed with grenade jumps. But it is just so unfortunate that he's completely missed the dash pickup.
And the hunt begins. We are starting. Where are we going to start? Is he going to... He's already been to Haru.
I think he's already been to Haru Fields. I would wonder if he's going to check clean water pickups, and it looks like he is. Stomp that stomp peg. Head down and get this one-off ability.
Yep.
I really don't like getting this at all ever. It takes a really long time, but in this situation I can understand why he's...
Yep, he's been given clean water. It's most recent in his mind. I feel like he's going to go to a lot of places which require swimming.
Yes, and unfortunately, he is not going to find dash in any of them.
But he may find double jump.
Or light grenade.
Or light grenade. Either will allow him to get his final tree and finish.
That's all he needs is this one last tree.
It's
so...
just giving him more and more experience.
Just making his way through the Death Gauntlet. I assume he's just sort of going to the border at this point. Or he could be going towards Swamp, which would be absolutely awful, and that is what he's doing.
Yep.
I don't actually even know if he can get in the Swamp this way. I don't think he can.
He can't. He hasn't got anything to destroy that plot.
He realizes right away. There's no way to drain the water right now.
Nope.
So he's gonna have to go the long way if he wants into Swamp.
And he has already been this way, so there's no pickups to get on. Where there are the 4 points of... Oh, is it 4 or is it 3? I think it's 4. Yeah, 4 pickups which hopefully either contain double jump... Oh no!
Oh no, that is awful.
Oh, earlier in the
like...
game. Oh, and you activated the lasers! Oh! Oh, Terra is having a nightmare at this moment in
This
time.
reef is just such a disaster for Terra right now.
So hopefully when he reaches Swamp finally, if he is still going in that direction, wouldn't blame him for not going there anymore. He's only going to find 4 pickups, and if one of them isn't double jump or light grenade, he's still hunting for something to allow him to get to the light grenade tree.
Well, one of them, I think the worst thing that could happen is that one of them is charge flame.
Yes.
If one of them is charge flame, then he has to go and do all of these plant revisits.
Oh dear. He might be
In
doing
order-
Ginso. Oh, he triggered the Ginso cutscene as well.
The Gumo cutscene. So now we're gonna see Gumo stealing the water vein after we've already placed it into the Ginso tree, which is always just an interesting thing to watch. Seeing these cutscenes out of order.
So although he doesn't have any like grenade or charge flame, he does have C dash, which
No, he doesn't. He
allows.
doesn't have dash.
Oh, he doesn't have dash. Oh man.
He actually
God damn
can't
it.
break any plants yet.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm saying like the worst thing that he could possibly find would be charge flame, because it doesn't let
Yeah.
him get into light grenade.
So
But it
useless.
does let him go and break every single plant on the map.
I hope he does not find charge flame. That would be the
No.
most soul-destroying thing.
If he found charge flame, that might actually lead him to go towards the dash plant, which would lead him through Blackroot Burrows, and he
This is
might
true.
remember the abilities.
So there is a possible upside of finding charge. Not a very nice one, but it may lead him eventually to where he actually needs to go. We're just seeing experience and useless pickups that Terra does not want to see at this moment.
So hopefully he'll find light grenade down here, or
Fingers crossed.
he'll
Oh,
make his
energy.
way towards Blackroot. So
At this
far,
moment in time, the point of going to Blackroot would be very low. There's only 1 pickup there, and the likelihood of it being anything in Terra's mind, although it's not a hard pickup to go to, it has charge flame, so it's very, very easy to get through all of the platforming sections.
charge jump, I mean.
Oh yes, sorry. It means that it's only 1 pickup compared to other places where you may have more pickups to find.
Absolutely. So we're gonna see where he's going.
Go there, Terra!
His
Go
mouse
there!
is on it. His mouse is on it.
Yes!
He
He's
remembered it.
circling it!
He
Come on,
remembered
Terra!
the cell.
He's going there. Yes,
He's
he
going
is going to
there.
be so mad at himself.
Oh man, that is one of the worst things to miss.
I believe we have just renamed this cell
Terra cell.
the Terra Memorial Ability Cell.
So far, our 2 memorial pickups were both dash.
Yeah!
There it is.
Terra
That
found
is
it.
what
And
he
he's standing
needs.
still because he cannot believe what he's just found.
Makes that save.
And he is killing himself just because he can. Terra, please.
Terra.
I think this is justified. If I found Dash at the very end because you couldn't finish the last tree, I would also feel this way.
Oh, I would feel awful if I had missed. This is such a brutal pickup to miss because it's so early and it doesn't actually require anything except a wall ability.
Often, as was in my race, I also didn't pick up Dash, but it was not as bad because I had other abilities which allowed me to get into this. In this seed, Terra has literally no other way of getting in without abilities I didn't have up until now.
But fortunately, he is able to make it through. He has the ability point to skip this cutscene, so we won't be watching that, thankfully. And he'll be picking up the Slight Grenade tree and getting wall jump.
Which is another kick. Because that also would have helped with a lot of the run. Having climbed throughout the entire steed is not a nice thing to do. Wall jump is Such a nice ability, just in all of the small parts of this game.
Definitely. It's not necessary, but it's nice because obviously since it's the first skill that we pick up, we get so used to having it that when you don't have it, it just feels really weird. Try to jump off the wall, you don't have the ability to do it. You're just sad.
Looks like Terra's stomping everywhere furiously.
He's happily charge dashing.
Yeah. I would be surprised if he just didn't dash throughout any of this. Like, you give me dash this late, I'm not using it.
or angrily charge dashing the trend. Saying it could be either one.
Very true.
So
yeah. Up until now it has been exclusively vanilla seed for Terra, unfortunately. Let's see how he compares to the average door warp. What's your bets?
I think you can get it first try.
Why not Terra? I say it's second try. Oh, I was wrong. I don't know Terra. He doesn't have double jump. You can't see jump up there. This means we are going to see a second fish strat end to the run because we still do not have grenade jumping.
Just Terra moving through this escape. Fortunately, he does have glide. Yep. So we won't have to do anything too crazy. He will, however, die to that rock, which is interesting.
Yes.
I love the attempted stomp cancel without double jump. That doesn't exactly work very well. Oh,
yeah. No, God, Tara, you got feather. Fine. There's nothing worse when you're trying to do stomp cancels and then sudden realization that you any sort of double jump. Yeah. And everyone is so used to doing charge dashes with stomp cancels, it's just second nature, so not surprising to see him do them.
So Terra will be
screwed up the fish trap
out here. At least he didn't screw it up as bad as Mad did the first time.
That's very true.
Because he does have feather, he's able to just make his way through, and he will be holding right. So congratulations to Terra. A really solid run for not picking up dash.
Yeah, anywhere close to an hour is good, and without dash is very, very good. Congratulations to both of the runners.
Absolutely. So Terra just needs to hold right. He's going to come in with 107 sub.
Yep.
And
go on, you can. Oh yeah. I was totally expecting the grenade jump cutscene finish.
we get so used to seeing it after.
Yeah, there's no other way to do it now. It's just, never mind. We get to see the full Ori ending, just how it was meant to be.
Yes. Until Hitachi found a horrible trick that saved 35 seconds of the run.
Ruined the dreams of many. But yes, this means that our winner Madinsane will be going on to 3 of the randomizer, where he will face Trojan Dude, and that will be a good game to watch.
Terra coming in 107.12.
Very respectable time, dashless.
Absolutely. So congratulations to Terra. That was a really good run.
Yep.
And as you said, Madinsane will be facing Trojan Dude in the round of 8. So I'm quite looking forward to that match. As we've just seen, Madinsane is a very, very...
Yes, he is. He is very far ahead of a lot of the runners. He's probably going to make it towards it.
Absolutely. I would not I would not be surprised to see him continue on to the finals.
Yeah, he could definitely win this game. He's a very talented runner. But this is also not the last we see of Terra. He is actually playing tomorrow in his doubles match. So I believe it's at the same time as this one. It's 3 p.m. ET.
Yes. We will be bringing that match to you guys at 3 o'clock Eastern Time. That match will be Team Zote, which is Terra and Grimelios, versus the... I don't actually know how to pronounce that.
Yeah.
Others? I don't know. I probably butchered that horribly. Mr. Randomizer and Brynholm are the two runners.
Yes.
And they're actually neighbors. So it makes sense for them to afford a doubles team. They will be playing in the first round of the preliminary matches. And the winner of that match will move on to the doubles round of 8, where they will be facing off against Team 4, actually.
Yes, I do look forward to that match, whoever wins there.
So, seeing as you're facing off against your thoughts?
What was that? Sorry, you cut off a bit.
You're facing off against the winner of that next, that first doubles. So what are
Ooh, either team, they are both kind of at the same level. Both haven't had as much experience with a randomizer as like the more experienced, such as Madinsane. Myself, I've had quite a bit more than they have. They've been quite new, so it should be a very interesting race. Me and Muffin do randomizers quite a lot, but I know Grim and Terra especially, I've seen them streaming a lot lately, so it'll be interesting to see that match. I don't know who's going to win. Hopefully we will, but it'll be a good one to tune into.
So definitely look forward to the doubles match tomorrow, as well as all those that come to follow it. As for singles, our next singles match, I believe, will be scheduled for Saturday at 1 o'clock Eastern Time, and that's going to be the rematch of Ushmin against me, actually, because the last week's match had technical difficulties, so we had to reschedule.
How are you looking forward to that match?
I think... I don't know whether or not we're going to be getting Madinsane for an interview at all.
Please so.
I would
Need
like
the
to
winner's
do that.
interview. Mad, can you hear us?
If we can get Madinsane in here, try to do that. Ask him a few questions about that seed.
I just ask him if he can interview. 'Cause I'm sure he doesn't have a clue if Terra got the same abilities as he did. I imagine he would expect that they both got dash at the same time. He has just joined the call. Hello, Mad. How about that seed? Congratulations.
Thank you. I thought I played miserably in that seed. I thought that was I was approaching Sorrow, and I was thinking that I'd see that Terra's won on the race chat.
You're just constantly thinking you were behind.
Yeah, especially with like the early deaths and plenty of spaghetti early on.
Yeah, and I think you were behind for a fair bit, because Terra had a really clean black root, but after you picked up dash early and you just completely missed it, you were able to just slowly gain back for the course of the run.
Fish strats was not what I expected of fish strats.
And how did you feel about Sorrow? We saw some very interesting behavior from you in Sorrow. So, were you comfortable with the strats that you used, or were you just going full crazy?
That is precisely what I always do whenever I don't have the right stuff. I always go for boulder strats. I prefer it than doing damage boost. I didn't have ultra defense either, so I don't think I could have done the damage boost.
Without ultra defense and double jump, you definitely couldn't have damage boosted those spikes. You certainly could have gone up around, though, with the abilities.
Oh yeah, I kind of forgot about that dash.
So that was something that I remember we were talking about at the time, but you instead elected to go for the double bashes, which was absolutely...
How many double bashes in a row does it take to get to C-jump? I assume you know, because you...
It depends how much you space your double bashes.
Oh, okay. But you do seem very, very, very comfortable with your double bashes, getting through the Sorrow Pass and through that craziness.
Yeah. Fortunately, the rock is pretty easy to double bash. Other things you have to do very very frequent double bashes, like the sit, shoot, shark projectile things. You have to basically buffer your bashes in between double bashes, otherwise it doesn't work. But you've got plenty of time to do it in the rock.
Yeah. At any time were you planning to search for glide anywhere, or did you?
No, I pretty much got bash, and then I was considering going bashless, but I decided I'd look for a bit longer, and then I found bash, and I just decided I'd just go for it. There's not much point in. I've already wasted enough time dying. I better just go for it.
And I think that turned out to be absolutely the right call.
Yeah, if Terra had dash, I think that seed would have been absolutely close as hell. It would have totally been a different seed, I think.
For sure. So, Mad, you're going to be moving on to the round of 8, facing dude. How are you feeling about that match?
I'm somewhat confident, but I've seen that Trojan has been seemingly doing a lot of practice, and has massively improved recently, so slightly less confident after his most recent match, but hopefully it'll go well.
Yep, there have been quite a lot of upsets in the tournament so far, and I think you are favoured to go on quite far into this, so it could be another upset. That is the way of the randomizer, but I wish you well in the next round of the randomizers.
Thank you very much.
I believe that's all the questions I have. Any more from you, Rory?
I think that covers it.
Cool.
So, that is going to be it for us tonight. Today, or whatever time it is, for you, wherever you're watching from. We will be coming back to you tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Time with the first doubles match of the tournament. So that, again, is going to be Britton Hold and Mr. Randomizer versus Terra and Grace. So for anyone who's curious about doubles, definitely tune into that. It's going to be a really fun time.
Yep, twice the runners, twice the fun. Definitely tune in. I believe that is all from us. Any more to say?
That's it. So thank you all for watching. Have a good day, night, or whatever time it is.
See you later.
We'll see you all tomorrow.